So I convinced Cleer to send me their Next headphones, the Next. And during my talks with Cleer, they told me that while they're designed to be very detailed, are not to be listened to at high volumes. Hold my beer.
Nico knows tech, all your tech tips and reviews on deck. Nico knows tech, #1 channel with the news on check.
So a word that I'm going to use to describe the Cleer NEXT on a regular basis is luxurious. They are a luxury. Priced normally at around $700, however, they are on sale for right around $600. You can check the links in the description for the latest prices, but these are a luxury because of the way they are built. If they sound like garbage, they are still luxurious headphones, and they don't sound like garbage. Spoiler, I just didn't want to scare you away with that one comment. They do sound good, but we'll get into the sound signature shortly. First off, the design is an all-metal design. I can't find any plastic whatsoever, and where there's not metal is sheepskin leather. Up here on the top is just nicely stitched leather, real leather. Sheepskin, supple and luxurious. The ear cups are large. These are 40mm ironless drivers. That's a patented ironless driver apparently from Cleer. But all of this is metal. These are open backs. This is metal. Everything here is metal. Connectors, even up here, this is metal. And this is just overall a very luxurious but very robust design. There is a lot of attention to detail here, and the fit and finish is just perfect. The designers clearly wanted this to feel like a premium headphone. And there's a lot of headphones that are in this price range that may sound fantastic, and they're built okay, but they are not built as good as the Cleer. Matter of fact, I reviewed some $2,000 headphones, which are not built quite as nice as the Cleer NEXT. Inside this luxurious box that the Cleer NEXT comes in is our owner's manual with high-res images. I don't even want to open it because it just adds to the luxury of having it so nice as a display, perfectly fitting inside the box. But if you need to go through it, go ahead and open it up. We also included is our cable, nice cable. I'm going to go a little bit in depth in this cable shortly, but this just really sold me. Look at this carrying case. This is more of that lambskin leather. It's soft and supple, high quality. It's just beautiful. It has a zipper close right here, and there's a lot of space inside this bag to put these big headphones in there. The lining is just this nice velour / velvet kind of material. Just feels so premium. And this is a bag. I thought I lost this in shipping and found out I didn't lose it, but I panicked because I thought I lost this, and I have the Cleer NEXT and I have the box, I have this, but I don't have this luxurious bag. This is really some value right here. Now the cable told me a lot about Cleer and the Cleer NEXT project of making this headphone. This is a Cleer cable made in Japan. It's this beefy, it's 6 foot by the way, this beefy audio cable, reminiscent of old school hi-fi and pro audio. Just look at that connector there. We got this stress relief there, spring, got this big beefy end here, and of course that's a 3.5mm, and it's not gold coated, which gold coated 3.5mm in my opinion doesn't make a difference. But if you buy headphones that are only available in Japan, audio equipment, they're not going to be gold plated either, if that's telling you anything. But of course we have a gold plated 3.5 to 1/4 inch adapter. But everything about this led me to believe, with some more information that I have from emails, that these are a bunch of old school hi-fi guys that have all this audio tech, and they said, let's just throw all our money and throw all our tech into making the ultimate headphone. We'll make lambskin ear cups and memory foam. We'll make it all out of metal. We'll use Cleer cables. And these are amazing cables, by the way. They're a bit beefy, 6 foot. And we have one for each driver. It's labeled R and L. This little red point. Connecting them to the headphone is not as simple as it seems. It's not hard, but I'll show you. So we'll just line up the L over here with, that's the L. And there's another corresponding red line on the port here, and you line that up, and then it will lock into place. There we go, snaps in nice and secure. It's not going to come out, which I think that's very important since the cable is a bit on the heavy side. But it just really screams old school hi-fi heavy duty cables, which kind of matches the aesthetic and the design of the Cleer NEXT. It's a big, beefy metal and leather headphone, so you might as well have a big beefy cable. But overall, I find it really good. It's really impressive. Now, during my talks with Cleer, they almost warned me, or seemed like they were worried that I might not like the headphones, because they were telling me like, hey, they're not designed for listening at high volumes, which I disagree. I'll blow my ears with these. These are great. But they also told me that they were using the Cleer NEXT design to test their new patented ironless driver. And I'll get into exactly how that performs in just a second. But I don't know why they were worried that I would listen to them loud. I do listen to them loud, and since they're on the bright side, they have a slightly sibilant vocal response. They doesn't make them unpleasant at loud volumes. Matter of fact, I can drive these significantly louder than the Austrian audio headphones, which I would equate these to very similar in detail retrieval, and that's saying a lot. The Austrian audio headphones that I reviewed on the channel, which is all of them, I didn't think there'd ever be a headphone that could match the detail retrieval and clarity of Austrian audio headphones, and these either meet it or are very close. However, the listening experience, especially for enjoyment, is a little bit easier on these. It's not so harsh when listening at high volumes. Despite being warned that I shouldn't listen to them at high volumes, they rock out. I blast these and they sound fantastic. Some other reviewers have talked about vocals being sibilant on these. A little, but you know, if you were listening to a band live or in concert, a lot of that would be generated from the microphone itself. I don't see them as overly sibilant or presenting any harshness around the vocals. Now, they are very analytical. If you like to hear a lot of behind the scenes information, a lot of what's going on the track, you like a lot of separation of instruments, these are exceptionally analytical. And the bass response is actually pretty good. Considering they're open backs, typically open backs have a pretty weak bass response, and there's a lot of DACs and amps that kind of compensate for open backs, but they have a nice, rich, punchy bass response that's not harsh on the eardrums. It doesn't create a ton of pressure, but you can feel the air moving in there. They do kick, especially on tracks that are bassy. Now, as far as balance, they are surprisingly balanced. They're not exactly flat, which means they're not boring, but they are balanced enough to where if you wanted to use these in engineering, I mean, typically I wouldn't recommend audiophile cans for engineering because it's kind of a waste of money. You're spending $600 or $700 on headphones when, you know, $75 could get the job done just for working with audio. But very balanced. The soundstage is exceptionally wide, but not abnormally so. Some are so wide that it's distracting or things sound like out of place. The soundstage is really wide, but the imaging is still intact. I can still place where the guitar player is playing over here, and maybe the drums are like 8 feet away, but it doesn't have a concert hall. They're a bit on the quick side, which lends to their instrument separation. And overall, the sound is really good. I mean, I know that's not a great description, but taking all that into account, the clarity, the detail, the rich bass, the sound stage, the tone is very correct, at least in my ears, maybe even enhanced. Things sound better in these than in high-end studio cans, like even Austrian Audios or Sony's Biodynamics. These make it sound better, but don't distort the tone or timbre. It doesn't make it sound unusual or flavored. They're very true to the music, and they give me an overall like a theatrical or concert hall type. They don't seem like 40mm drivers, and they are. They have a big speaker kind of feel. And overall, these are fantastic for audiophiles. I think when I make a recommendation for audiophiles, it's kind of, everybody has a different, preference, but all audiophiles want at least one set of analytical cans. And these would definitely fit the bill for a premium audiophile can that's analytical, but doesn't have the harshness of some other analytical headphones, and is very premium in its build, its comfort. I can wear these all day. They feel fantastic. They don't just feel tolerable. They have no hot spots. They feel luxurious, and I wouldn't recommend them for audio production simply because they're big and bulky, but if you have them sitting at your desk and you're mixing some audio, you could definitely just put these on and not have to switch out to your audio bag and grab some studio monitor cans. These could get the job done for you. And congratulations on making it to the end of the video. If you'd like to pick up these outstanding cans, wow, I sounded sponsored. I'm not sponsored. But if you'd like to pick up these cans, you can check the links in description. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time.